It was a cold day in spring when the body of a young boy was found in a cardboard box on the side of a road in Fox Chase, Philadelphia. Frederick Bananas, a junior at LaSalle College, made a grisly discovery on Sunday before police found the boy's body. Bananas had been driving on Susquehanna Road when a rabbit ran in front of his car, causing him to get out and chase it, but losing it in the underbrush off the road. Bananas alerted police a day later after making the shocking discovery in the wooded area in Fox Chase. The boy in the box case, also known as America's Unknown Child, is one of the oldest and most mysterious unsolved murder cases in the United States. This cold case from Philadelphia, in which an unidentified 4 to 5-year-old boy was found dead in a cardboard box on February 25, 1957. The child had been beaten and strangled. He was found wearing only a shirt and a pair of socks and was wrapped in a blanket inside the box. The boy, approximately 30 pounds and 40.5 inches tall, had crudely cut brown hair and blue eyes. His nude body was malnourished, bruised, and clean, with neatly trimmed fingernails. He sustained a head injury and bruising all over his body. He had no identifying marks or scars, and no one had reported a missing child matching his description. A men's cloth ball cap was in the box which accompanied the boy's body. Despite an extensive investigation and numerous leads, the child's identity and the circumstances of his death have never been conclusively determined until now. The case received significant media attention, and the police received thousands of leads and tips. However, none of the leads led to the identification of the child or the perpetrator. The police investigated several potential suspects, including a man who had recently been released from a mental institution, but no charges were ever filed. Despite an extensive investigation and numerous leads, the child's identity and the circumstances of his death have never been conclusively determined until now. The case received significant media attention, and the police received thousands of leads and tips. However, none of the leads led to the identification of the child or perpetrator. The case was reopened in 1998 by the Philadelphia Police Department. A new forensic technique was used to identify the child. DNA samples were taken from the child's remains, and a facial reconstruction was created using the child's skull. The reconstruction was released to the public to generate new leads, but it did not provide further information about the child's identity. In 2002, the Philadelphia Police Department formed a task force to investigate the case, and a new composite sketch of the child was created using the latest forensic technology. The sketch was released to the public to generate new leads, but it had yet to receive information about the child and his identity. After nearly 66 years, the boy in a box now has a name. The boy, identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli, was born on January 13, 1953. He was only 4 years old when he died. Philadelphia police officials reported during a news conference where they described a breakthrough using DNA and genetic genealogy, techniques that have revolutionized cold case work in recent years. Per Jesus Jimenez at the New York Times, the steps leading to Joseph's identification began April 2019, when a court granted investigators approval to exhume his body and apply modern DNA analysis. Investigators said that this helped them track down relatives, including his mother and father, who are now deceased. He has living siblings, but the police declined to release their names to protect their privacy. The genetic genealogy technique worked where hair comparisons, footprints, x-rays, and other methods had failed over the years. At the news conference, law enforcement officials also pledged to use genetic genealogy techniques for other unidentified remains and unsolved cases in Philadelphia. In an interview with the New York Times published in 2007, Elmer Palmer, the first officer to arrive at the scene on February 26, 1957, said he thought at the time the case would be solved quickly. But officials said many investigators who worked on the case over the years were still waiting to see it solved. The Boy in a Box case is a tragic and mysterious unsolved case that has captured the public's attention for decades. The child has been identified through extensive investigation and breakthroughs in forensic science. However, we don't know why this heinous crime was committed and who. The circumstances surrounding his death had never been conclusively determined. The case remains open, and the Philadelphia Police Department continues to accept leads and information related to the case to find the answers.